I struggled to lose weight for 2 years after giving birth, but that changed in May 2024 when I decided to lose weight sustainably. I made so many mistakes, and in today's video, I'm going to share some of the mistakes that I made so that we can all learn from them. Hello friends, thank you so much for stopping by. If you are new here, kindly subscribe to the channel, and for my returning subscribers, thank you so much for coming. Now let's get right into it. One of the mistakes we make when trying to lose weight is not making the process as sustainable as possible. We probably set unrealistic goals to achieve the weight, and now it's difficult for us to follow them ourselves. That is why I don't encourage all those fancy diet plans and those calorie restrictive diets that can give you the weight in a few weeks only for you to regain it in a couple of weeks. I mentioned in my previous video, which is linked in the description, about some of the things I did when I was trying to lose weight. And some of the things I did were just cutting down on all forms of sugar and making some minor changes or adjustments to my life and my diet. However, if it's going to be difficult for you to take your morning oat with only fruit and not sugar, then start by reducing the quantities of sugar you would normally use. If you usually use 4 tablespoons of sugar for your morning oat, then start by reducing it to 2 or 3 if that makes you feel better. Let's start with baby steps. Note that I did not say remove, but I said cut down. So you are not removing sugar completely if you are not comfortable with it, but you are just cutting down the quantities that you would normally use. We have to make it a part of our lifestyle, and by making it a part of our lifestyle, I mean we are making conscious efforts to be disciplined and ensuring that we are planning for it. Please set out time, okay? You remember we said it's a project, right? So set out time and plan for it. Be disciplined. When you're going to the shop, plan for the foodstuffs you are buying. Put them on the list. Another mistake I've seen people make, and I am part of this, is that we focus so much on exercising and gym training and forget the other important things. But wait, I'm not saying that going to the gym or exercising daily is not important. No. All I'm saying is that there is more to weight loss and weight maintenance than just going to the gym and exercising all the time. Exercise has an amazing benefit to the body, such as it helps to build up our muscles, it contributes to fat loss, and our general well-being. However, if all our focus is on the exercise and not the aftermath of the exercise, then we are not doing anything important to our body. For instance, you go to the gym and you lose X amounts of calories, you come back home and then you eat 2 times the amount of calories that you've burnt, then we are actually doing our body a disservice. Rather, I think we should focus more on what we are eating when we are trying to lose weight and also when we are maintaining it, than focusing so much on the exercise and the trainings or the gym membership and subscriptions that we have. In my opinion, the best weight maintenance will be combining active exercises with proper and healthy food choices after the exercise and being consistent with this. I have a personal example. I signed up for a gym membership after I gave birth, and I can confidently tell you that I did not lose any weight. Do you know why? Because I was just unrealistic. I was doing exclusive breastfeeding for the first 4 months, so I had to eat well so that I can get enough breast milk for the baby. And at the same time, I was going to the gym, hoping that I would lose weight. But normally when I come back from the gym, I would have to eat more to be able to get breast milk for the baby. Back then, I thought going to the gym would do the trick. But eventually I stopped because it was so frustrating for me. I had lost no weight. It was just tiring, so I just stopped. So my tip for you is to understand your individual situation and don't stress yourself unnecessarily by expecting too much when the situation you are in demands otherwise. The next mistake I'm going to talk about is something I think almost everyone is guilty of. And that is either we are eating too little or we are overeating when losing weight or when we are maintaining our weight. This is a common thing that we all go through, but I think being aware of it and finding ways and means to prevent it from happening will be ideal. Now, eating too little may result in you being hungry later on, and also the tendency for you to be snacking will be very high. Another important reason is that not eating enough can also cause your metabolism to slow down, and we don't want that. But there is also the chance that you can overeat during your eating window, especially when you are using intermittent fasting for weight loss. Two hormones control our appetite and fullness. They are ghrelin and leptin. So ghrelin is a hunger hormone, so it increases our appetite for food, while leptin decreases our appetite by making us feel full or satiated. One way to go around this is to eat foods that are rich in essential nutrients like proteins, healthy fats, and fiber, as these helps to release hormones that will tell your body that you are full. Some examples are unprocessed and minimally processed whole grains like brown rice and quinoa. Also, incorporating loads of vegetables, fruits, seeds like beans, lentils, and nuts are also very beneficial. So this is different when you consume highly refined and processed foods like white bread, sodas, chips, pastries, name them. Now, these highly refined and processed foods will lead to low satiety, meaning you would be hungry earlier, meaning you would have to eat more and more to be full, which will contribute to weight gain. And don't forget that that can also lead to loads of metabolic diseases. Specifically for those who have the tendency of overeating, we have to identify some of the triggers or some of the things that cause you to eat more. I have observed that depending on how I am feeling, I can be an emotional eater. Anytime I have a bad day, maybe something happens at work, or I'm not feeling too good, and I get a particular snack, I will be fine. I discovered this recently when I was on the weight loss journey last year. Anytime I'm tired, I'm sad, I'm not feeling too well, and I get a big bowl of popcorn, I am fine. You have to discover this for yourself because it can be very detrimental to your weight loss journey or your weight maintenance journey. Instead of using seed oils, I now use extra virgin olive oil for my popcorn. I've also reduced the amount of salt that I put in. I still know that too much of it is bad, but at least I've made some small adjustments. If you love vegetables, then another healthy snack can be carrot slices or cucumber slices. If your comfort food is ice creams, then you can make some smoothies and pop them in the freezer and use that as your dessert whenever you are craving for some ice creams. If yours is cakes, I will advise that you make them in your home using whole wheat and fruits. I have a recipe about that, which I'm going to share on the platform. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. The fourth mistake I think people do while trying to lose weight or while we are trying to maintain the weight is when we ignore important trace minerals that are also important for the body. We all need small amounts of trace minerals such as iron, magnesium, copper, zinc, selenium, among others. It is always advisable that we get these trace minerals from the food that we eat. And most of the time, if we are eating balanced diet, then it should be enough for us. However, in some situations where it's difficult to get some of these nutrients from the food that you are eating, then supplements can be helpful. In my case, I was low on iron, and that was discovered during the blood works that I was doing during my weight loss. And so my GP recommended that I take iron supplements for a number of times. Specifically with iron, if you're not having regular blood works or checkup with your doctor, then I will advise that you intentionally incorporate iron-rich foods in your diet. So always be mindful of how you are feeling, the symptoms you are showing, even when you are losing weight and also when you are maintaining the weight. Okay, so the final mistake I think people do while losing weight is focusing only on the scale. In my video where I shared how I lost 16 kg in 3 months, I also mentioned to you that you need to weigh yourself weekly. That is very important, but it becomes a problem when your focus is only on the weight, the numbers on the scale, and forgetting that the scale or the numbers on the scale will not show you your body fat percentage or your muscle mass. The scale or the numbers on the scale doesn't tell you how you are feeling on the inside. The numbers on the scale doesn't tell you that you are having a good night's sleep. It doesn't tell you that your mental health is improving. It doesn't tell you that your organs are becoming healthier after you stopped eating sugar, for instance. It doesn't show you that you are losing some inches around your waist. It doesn't show you that your dresses are fitting better. It doesn't tell you that your skin is glowing. So these are some of the things that we lose sight of if all we focus on is the numbers on the scale. I can go on and on and on about all the amazing things that we get when we incorporate more healthy lifestyles. You should set the priorities right and don't be swayed by the numbers that you see on the scale each time you weigh yourself, especially at times where you are not seeing changes in the numbers. Most times, what matters is how you feel on the inside and your general well-being. With all that said, I will still advise you to weigh yourself weekly because it will also help you to monitor your progress in the long run. However, don't let it be the focus. What I want to conclude with is that losing weight can be very challenging. And so when we finally lose weight, what is important to focus on is continual lifestyle adjustments that ensures that we are maintaining the weight and avoiding some of the mistakes we've talked about in this video. Thank you so much for watching. Kindly subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share to your friends and family. Let's engage in the comment section. Let me know what are some of the mistakes you have made while trying to lose weight or while you are trying to maintain your weight. If there is any particular video you would like to see on the channel, put it in the comment section as well. Until I see you in my next video, remember to stay positive at all times and trust the process. Bye, friends!